Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Up Your Experience podcast. As per usual, it's me, that BlaiseMcBaine guy, and I'm back with another solo episode this week. And we're going to be talking about some games of the week and a bunch of news coming out over the past week. And basically, what's been going on to kind of keep us from having a normal episode drop as of late. And I guess I'll address that first. Just as a heads up, I have been taking on a bunch of extra responsibility at work, trying to get some things done for cross country, make sure that we can host a meet and allow basically the county I live in holds a championship meet that got canceled. And I'm going to make sure that we can host that. And it'll be the first meet I've ever hosted, but I got to go through all these crazy things of like getting the course design, getting it marked off correctly, getting the flags and paint put down, make sure there's medals, make sure there's parking. It's a very large undertaking. I'm doing most of it currently by myself. So it has been a time to say the least. But along with that, over the weekend when we normally record, I had a cross country meet where all my runners PR'd except for one, which is huge. And then we had birthday parties to take the boys to. So it just kind of interrupted the recording schedule as normal. And then if you caught the tweet from last night from the UpUrXP Twitter, on Sunday, I said we wouldn't be recording, and then we didn't record last night because of Monday Night Football, where I got to watch my Vikings get stomped. Imagine running the exact same defense the entire game and not changing it and getting torched, and then your quarterback throws 3 interceptions, 2 which are in the end zone. It's crazy. But you know, that's just the way of the road. Sometimes it be like that. And that's what's really been interrupting our schedule as of late. So please bear with us. Hopefully next week's episode will be a normal episode. It'll be at least me and a co-host of some sorts or a guest. I am working on that, and I have a weekend that's free this weekend, so I'm hoping I can make that happen. And I'm actually really excited to make it happen. I have a couple guests I want to reach out to, and I'm hoping I can figure something out and maybe even get more than one episode recorded. That'd be super sick. That's really wishful thinking, but you know, I think I can get at least one recorded, right, with somebody. And I think we'll make that happen as time goes by. Hopefully the mic is sounding good, because right now I had to do some edits before the episode on my mic because I realized it was sounding kind of crazy in a VOD. So if there's bad mic audio, I apologize. And hopefully you won't even notice it because I'll catch it in the post-edit phase of this episode, which will happen pretty much directly after this or after I stream tonight, because it is a Tuesday night. So we will be streaming some bonus fun times. But before we get into anything, please remember to go to the hashtag podcast challenge section of the Discord and answer the questions there. I'd love to know what mythical being you would want to be and why, if you want to mention why, and what song describes you. If you want to give the reason for that too, please reach out for that. I will be adding an Up Your Experience tag for those community questions. So keep a watch out for that. I'll add that as a role at some point in the Discord, hopefully over the next week. And we're going to hop into games of the week. I do have some games I want to talk about before heading over to the the meat and potatoes of the news, because there's a lot of things going on right now. But I have been playing a ton of Smite. I've had some insane games. I didn't play as much as normal, but I did play a couple games on Wednesday. I think it was with Bats and Asmore. We queued a game and we got this duo with us, and then we queued another game, got the same duo. So that was an absolute blast. You know, we love that so much. I'm trying to see if I can find it on the good old, on the good old Smite Guru, but I don't know if I see that anywhere. I know I played Ishtar one of the games, and it did not go well, but I don't see their names that are the same each game. So maybe I'm just incorrect on that. I don't know. But what I do know is the second game, the dude built like full damage support and it sucked. I think he played like Sylvanas or something, and he built like rings in the whole 9, and it was bad. So that day was something. On Friday, I won every single game I played. And this is crazy because I played an arena to start off the night. I have Nike as my diamond challenge from Bot G. I went 11-4-23 on Nike. Had a blast on that. I went against a full crit Chalk. And that dude was slippity slapping, dude. He was doing some numbies. And then we hopped into a conquest. It was me, Bats, Asmore, and 2 randoms. I went 10-1-9 on Jingwei. Then I get a God request from good old Kenny Alpha. And he was like, hey, Zeus ADC. Unfortunately, I got mid, but I still built him like an ADC. And I went 16-3-8. And I had a quadra that game. And I was super duper sad because it should have been a penta. In fact, those 3 games, I had a quad in the arena. I had a quad in the Jingwei game where my penta got stolen. And then I had a quadra in the Zeus game. And then I played Ishtar. And that game was something else. I think that was the game. No, yeah, that was that game. 10 minutes in, our support was gone at the beginning. 12 minutes in, our support just disconnects and leaves the game. So it's a 4v5. But we're like ahead, so, we're like, oh, we'll stay in the game. Our random Poseidon wants to F6. No, he throws up the surrender vote one time. We F7 it. I don't see the surrender vote pop up again, I don't think, the entire game. Maybe it pops up one more time. This game went 54 minutes, and our Poseidon inted most of the rest of the game. We won this game. It was insane. I got a split push on the Phoenix, and eventually I was able to end up backdooring the Titan. And I went 20-10-8 in a 54-minute 3.5 v5. We won. It was insane. And stuff like that just feels good. In fact, I watched our Titan get a double kill and keep us in the game, which was super sick during that game. So super fun times there. Other than that, we had some good old, Smite night games. It was 5v5 Conquest this weekend. I played with a composition that was in some way, shape, or form Asmore, Vio, Frog, Embright, and Calamity. We slammed those queues. I think we won all but one of them. I played Ishtar and went off in lane. I played the Morgan in that. Dude, the Morgan might just be my god. I don't know what it is, but whenever I play her, I just get good transformations in my games. And I had a triple kill early on in lane where they tried to gank me, and I changed into the enemy Ishtar, hit a 3-man ult, and just actually ran it down. I also played a game of Heim, and we won all those games. And then finally, our last game is when we faced off against an actual Masters level team and was running a comp. And I played Jingwei, and we got schmacked finally. So it happens, but we had a good, really week of Smite. Along with that, after that on Saturday night, I ended up playing the Wandering Village for dare drops. I didn't get to finish my monthly ones because I accepted them too early. I have to remember, if you're doing dare drops, you should go do them. They're super fun to do. They're community focused. Sometimes you get a key and you can complete challenges that will either give you more keys for wallpapers or for other games or the game you're playing, or entrances and giveaways. I'm a Daredevil ambassador / partner, however you want to look at it. I'm called a Daredevil, and you should really go do those. They're a ton of fun. I accepted my multiverses ones too early. I did try to complete those though. And then I accepted one or two others in the community one too early. One of them was a Minecraft one, and one of them was Cult of the Lamb before I bought it. But I am doing the Wandering Village right now, and then Metal Hellsinger. I have not got to start yet, but I'm going to do that, and I'm doing another game called So You Suck at Parking. But on Saturday, I played the Wandering Village, and that is such a chill game. It's basically like a city manager, but you're living on top of this being's back called Unbu, and he walks around, and sometimes he walks into poison areas, and you have to deal with poisoned trees and stuff and how that spreads. You have to make sure you build the right things and have a doctor, and you manage your community well enough so you can run all these facilities. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed just having some chill time and just playing that and hanging out. I mean, it felt nice. Got to talk with Chad a little bit and really just vibe out. And that is not something to complain about for sure. So overall, that's kind of what's happened. I really haven't played anything else. I went to the birthday party with the boys on Saturday. I went to another birthday party with the boys on Sunday, and I watched football on Monday. And to be completely honest, I legitimately, every one of those days, Saturday night I streamed, I passed out Sunday, I passed out Monday, I think like Friday night I was even super tired. It's been an absolute exhausting couple work weeks. And that meet's going to happen in a couple weeks, and everything will kind of go back and be even and keel, and everything will be nice. Along with all that, though, I did start a gaming esports club at my school, and we had a ton of interest. I think we have so much interest, I'm actually going to have to get a second individual to run it with me and work with the middle schoolers, because we have over 30 kids right now, and that's just off the riff with no idea of everything we're going to do. And I'm really excited about it. I found out there's like regionals and state for some of these esports games you can actually play. And there's like a Tennessee Federation of Esports. Overall, it's super cool, and I'm learning a lot about that. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see that. Going forward, see how it goes. On to some news. We have a lot of things going on right now. For those of you that follow So You Think You Can Cast, the last cast was this weekend. I've heard that their judges are deliberating. They're hoping to have something out by the end of this coming up weekend. And cross your fingers that your boy made it in. We'll find out. I think I'm in that top 2 slot. I think I'm there. We'll have to see. But, I'm thinking I made it, We'll have to find out. I have some confidence. I feel like I casted really well. I've listened to the other casters. I mean, everybody did fantastic. I think right now it's literally just splitting hairs of who did what thing better that the judges were looking for. And I like to believe that hopefully I did. We'll have to find out. But, we'll have to see. Along with some other gaming news, though, the new Fortnite season dropped. We have Spider-Gwen now in Fortnite, along with some other things going on there. And then Sypher PK finally gets his own icon skin. And honestly, I'm really happy for Sypher PK. For those of you that don't follow him, the dude's super chill. He's always fun to watch. He does a ton of content on YouTube, usually specifically for Fortnite overall, but I mean, just pumps out content. I've been following him since he played Elder Scrolls when he had 500 to 1,000 viewers. And he would do like 1v3, 1v5s in Elder Scrolls, and he was insane at that game. That's what actually had me watching him. I would go watch him. I'd even play ESO at the time. I would just go watch him play because he was so good at it and so entertaining. And he brings that same energy to Fortnite, if not more. He is just an absolutely great player. His skin releases on the 22nd, which is going to be this coming up Thursday. And along with that, I mean, it has a couple free drops from my understanding that you can unlock. And then it has the skin, which all these different reactive elements with the mask on the back, the whole thing in general is super sick. Shoutouts to him. I really, Sypher PK's in the listening crew. If you've never watched him, go check him out. He's awesome. We did get Smite Patch 9.9. And with Smite Patch 9.9, I'm going to introduce a new YouTube series. I am going to start reviewing all the patches, sometimes have people on to discuss patch changes and what they think. That will be uploaded to YouTube whenever we get a patch update for Smite specifically. I might do the same for other high-res titles, maybe with DKO, hopefully coming in the near future. Maybe Paladins here and there, Realm Royale for sure. So keep an eye out for Smite patch updates. We will be doing reviews on those, and I'm looking at doing some other YouTube content, or at least starting to upload VODs to YouTube if people are interested in that. So keep an eye out for that. We do have a bunch of new TikToks that dropped today as well from the hype plays over the weekend, and we're working on some other things on that front too. We might start promoting a math TikTok that I run since I'm a math teacher, but I have not gotten that far yet. And with everything else going on, that is wishful thinking at this point, but that's on the back burner, things we're working on. But we're going to run through Smite Patch 9.9 real quick. I want to give you guys a couple tidbits. If you really want the deep dive into the patch notes and my thoughts on every single thing that's coming out, go check out that video. I promise they'll get better over time. That was this kind of a rough thing that I generally do on stream whenever we have a Smite patch, and I plan on making it a bit better going forward. We have a ton of new skins coming out. We have a House of Dragons Battle Pass. We have Momo, Ratataskers finally in the game. We have Catless Atlas, new Jingwei skin, Nightmare Wukong, which looks creepy, Necrofume's Agni, Bioslicer Tsukiyomi, Taco Sura Bakasura, which is awesome. And then finally, we have Kingdom Hearts Zeus. Go check all those out. You can find everything there. Along with that, on the next set of Smite Nights, we are not going to have 5v5 Conquest. Apparently, I'm saying this in quotation marks, it isn't played enough, which I find garbage. Our first one's going to be Just the Two of Us. Second one is going to be Classic Conquest. Third one will be Corrupted Arena. And the last one will be All Out Slash. So you can take a look at those along with all of their lovely rewards. And then go, if you want to read anything on the patch notes about what's to come, they drop an awesome roadmap here of basically their plans through season 10 to kind of give you the TLDR on that. They're finalizing plans for year 10 right now. They have shifted the Last God out and may not even release it at all, or it might be completely revamped into another god. They're really kind of thinking about that right now. 9.9 is the Volcanic Chaos Conquest, which we'll talk about briefly in a minute. The October update, we're going to get a new god in 9.10. It's going to be a highly requested character of an unpopulated pantheon. 9.11 is going to be the RuneScape crossover event. 9.12 in December will be a new PvP adventure mode. That's something we've all been wanting, and it's going to visit the North Pantheon and be a unique take on PvP combat. In January, we're going to get Smite Patch 10.1. So new season will be in January. It's going to have a 10th year celebration gameplay update plus a new god. And in February, we'll also be getting a new god. So with that one god getting removed from this season, we're going to get 2 new gods off the riff in the first 2 months of 2023, which I think is super awesome. They've added new rewards to Awesome Chest. They've also added new rewards to Smite Night Skin Chest, because I found that out today. And they've added SEC avatars for all the SEC teams. Absolutely awesome for all of them. There's a bunch of bug fixes. Lancelot can now be grabbed by Fenrir, or can now no longer be grabbed by Fenrir's ultimate while mounted. Shout outs to Vio for pointing that out. And, I'm just going to leave it at that. My thoughts on that are, that's ridiculous. And if he already didn't have enough CC immunity, let's just add more onto there. Along with that, we are getting some changes to the map. I do want to mention them on here just very briefly. Again, if you want to go take a deeper dive, go to the YouTube and check that out. We're getting a new environment around the Fire Giant Pit. We're going to get a Polynesian themed volcano. We're also going to get some changes over in the dual lane with being a more tropical beachy scene outside the map. And we're going to have the Knights South, just north of the Knights Keep behind the Tier 1 towers, apparently. Obelisks are going to be rethemed to be Polynesian themed, so the Lost Knights in the jungle have been replaced with weary monsters that hold offerings, and the chalices have been replaced with bubbles and jungle crab happily floating inside. The Gold Fury can now spawn past 20 minutes with the other Furies. Along with that, it gives Draugr Boon now, and that's huge. If you don't remember, Draugr Boon, standing at Allied Tower Phoenix will boost its physical power and reduce damage taken by 7 stacks. The duo camps have been merged into one contestable Naga camp and will now drop Indra's Scepter. That scepter has been nerfed. It does go. It's going to be 3 minutes instead of 4 like it was before. Max targets are going to be reduced from 5 to 3. Damage dealt to gods now 2% of current health. Damage dealt to minions is lower and reduced. So it's still Indra's Scepter, but it's not as powerful. Every jungle camp got changes. If you want to go read about that. The magical flat pin items all got buffed. Bobble got reduced physical prot debuff. Magi Scepters got buffed. Heavy Executioner had its attack speed cap changed from 1.75 to 1.9. Sovereignty got nerfed. Sorry, I almost said debuffed. I don't know why. I mean, that would have been true too. Sentinels, Benevolence, and War Flag all got buffed. War Flag nerf. Blackthorn buff. Warrior's Axe buff. Breastplate buff, Mulan buff, Nike, Alquang, Awelish, Neja got a huge buff, Sasano, Kukulkan, Ra, Vulcan, Scylla, Alpwash, Kuzumbo, Rama, Kurnanos, all buffs. So go check all that out. Again, if you want to see a breakdown, I will do a better job of that going forward, but you can go check that on the YouTube. And try to keep that as short as possible for y'all, but at least get you the kind of really important tidbits. Along with that, it is September 20th today. September 21st is tomorrow. And Gundam Evolution is finally dropping. I thought it wasn't coming out till Thursday, but we got a little drop from Twitter today that it will be releasing tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Pacific, and I'm going to be streaming it. I might be doing a cast beforehand of Kenny Alpha's team. What depends on when I can get on tomorrow night, because I was planning on going to a volleyball senior night tomorrow. But if I can get on and be able to cast a game and do Gundam, I will. If I can't, I'll work around that. Maybe I can see if I can cast sometime later this week. On Thursday, we're getting Slime Rancher 2. For my tech fans, the Apple Watch Ultra comes out on Friday. So you can take a look out and watch for all of those. And then I forgot something last episode, listeners. I forgot to talk about the fact that we are getting a bunch of new Star Wars stuff. And they released this at Disney 23, I think it was called, like their Disney Expo. They showed off all this new Disney stuff that's coming. But they showed us a bunch of Star Wars stuff. We got a Mandalorian Season 3 trailer. We got a trailer for Star Wars Jedi Stories, which is going to be about Ahsoka Tano and Count Dooku, and it looks super sick. It's going to be animated. And then they showed the preview for Andor. Andor is apparently getting really good reviews. The trailer that I saw from that left me going, this might be really bad. I hope it's good. I don't have my hopes up. I have very low expectations for that. I think Mandalorian and Star Wars Jedi Stories look amazing. And along with that, in unrelated news just about Disney, Secret Invasion looks super good. And it's going to be a TV show. Also, there's a new Disney game that came out. What is the name of that game? Disney Dreamlight Valley. All right, let me tell you something, listeners. My wife has been playing Disney Dreamlight Valley an insane amount. If you see on Discord that it says I'm playing that, that's my wife playing it on the Xbox. She has over a day in it already, and she has been playing it for the past 4 hours. She loves it. If you're into just, crafting and gathering and Disney, it might be up your alley. It's on Game Pass for free. Go check it out. It's in early access right now, I believe. So, or game preview, whatever they call it. It's on other platforms too. It's on Epic Store, and I believe it's on Steam too. So go check that out if that's something you're into. It's really good. She loves it. Along with that, we've had a lot of Twitch things come out this past week that need to be brought up. First of all, the one thing I want to talk about that I'm excited about is we have a new feature called Safer Together, protecting communities with shared ban info, where you're now going to be able to do basically a two-way sharing relationship or asking to share with another channel to ban people. So this should help with hate raids some. I don't know if it's going to do enough on that front. We need more to happen for hate raids and different things on that side of things with racism and all that kind of stuff. Something has to happen. Something needs to be done. But we have this new feature coming out. Basically, I'll read through the info for you. Today, we're adding another tool aimed at making Twitch safer, shared ban info. Shared ban info makes it easier for channels to share ban information and collaborate with another to help keep serial harassers out of their communities. With a new category of suspicious users, you can now easily protect your community by identifying and tracking malicious actors. Here's how it works. Streamers can initiate a two-way sharing relationship or accept a sharing request from another channel. They can choose a default action for how flagged users are treated in their channel, monitoring or restricted. Once a user is flagged, you can continue monitoring and restricting them, ban them, or change them back to trusted. And flagged users' messages are queued in the suspicious user activity mod view widget for additional visibility. So, a move in the right direction. Based off the information I'm going to talk to you next, I don't think it's enough. So over the weekend, a bunch of information came out about a streamer. I believe his name's Silker, and they were going and DMing people in their community or chatters and asking for money, saying they needed money. Hey, I can pay you back in a couple days. And it wasn't small amounts of money. We're talking about hundreds and thousands of dollars. And it didn't get paid back. And now this person is, in hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt, and they used it to gamble. And this goes back to the gambling issue that exists on Twitch. I know there's a variety of different opinions on this. Personally, I think Twitch is pretty public use. You have teenagers that get on there. Sometimes you have younger people that get onto that because they've made their way there. You have adults that get on there too. You have everybody of all ages, ethnic backgrounds, that you name it. Everybody's there. And gambling's a problem. Especially when you're streaming gambling to tens and thousands of people and nothing is there to really control that. So over the weekend, Pokimane, Mizkif, several others came together and said, hey, if Twitch isn't going to do something about gambling, we're going to do something about hitting them in their pockets during holiday season, basically saying they're not going to run like certain ads and stuff or run ad revenue. And while this is great, I think this is a step in the right direction for that cause. Where was this with hate rating and everything else that's gone wrong on the platform over the past year? So we have many people that are frustrated about that. I am too. I think it is frustrating. Some other things came out from Trainwrecks and Mizkif drama that led to Trainwreck saying that Mizkif covered up some allegations towards his friends. If that happens to be true, that is a major problem, and I'll talk more about that shortly. But today, we get a gambling statement from Twitch, and I'm going to read through this, and then I'm going to give you a breakdown of kind of what's actually going on and what to watch out for. But basically, gambling content on Twitch has been a big topic of discussion in the community, and something we've been actively reviewing since our last policy update in this area. Today, we want to update you on our plans. While we prohibit sharing links or referral codes to all sites that include slots, roulettes, or dice games, we've seen some people circumvent those rules and expose our community to potential harm. So we'll be making a policy update on October 18th to prohibit streaming of gambling sites that include slots, roulette, or dice games that aren't licensed either in the US or other jurisdictions that provide sufficient consumer protection. These sites will include stake.com, rollbit.com, duelbits.com, and robit.com. However, we may identify others as we move forward. We will continue to allow websites that focus on sports betting, fantasy sports, and poker. We'll share specifics on the updates to our gambling policy soon, including the full policy language to make sure everyone is clear on our new rules before they take effect on October 18th. If you read through this initially, you're probably like, oh my God, they're banning gambling. They're not. They are banning gambling sites that are not licensed in the US and other jurisdictions. So if you're licensed in the US or other jurisdictions that have consumer protections, those sites will still be gambled on. So while this is a step in the right direction, it still doesn't fix the huge problem of gambling is a major issue for many people. It sometimes becomes an addiction. And I really do think, you have to take the time and really think about it. For streamers, they're looking at, I'm not going to say all streamers. Let me rewind a little bit. Some streamers look at the money that can be made and go, okay, I'm cool with that. And that's fine. That's fine and dandy. I just think there need to be policies in place to help those people. Because gambling, like I said before, is an addiction. It is an absolute problem. And if you don't do anything about it, you're talking about people losing their livelihood, their houses, their cars, so on and so forth when they get in an actual addiction. And they need to seek help. So it's unfortunate. And I know there's some people that disagree with me and they're gonna be like, oh, well, Blaise is being soft. People need to realize what they're watching and, how they deal with their own lives. And while, yes, that part is somewhat true, we do have to ask ourselves at some point, where is the line? And I'm going to leave that topic at that. I am going to go more into what happened with Mizkif. Is basically there was a thing said by Trainwrecks about Mizkif protecting some people that had allegations against them. And it was tweeted out today from the OTK community. When OTK was formed nearly 2 years ago, we strived to create a gaming organization that embodied our values as creators, gamers, and individuals. Yesterday evening, a series of clips and content surfaced related to one of our founders. Due to the seriousness of what's been brought forward, we have begun the process of contracting a third-party legal organization to investigate the issue in detail. In the meantime, Mizkif has been placed on leave and will be stepping away from his organizational duties pending the result of this investigation. OTK strongly condemns sexual harassment, assault, and bigotry of all forms. We appreciate your support and patience during this time and will provide updates as we receive them. So, again, more things coming out of that. And I hope they find an organization that, is very thorough and figures everything out. Because, A, that's a serious allegation to make against somebody and saying that they protected people that have these charges or possible charges against them. It's bad. It's bad. Other than that, let's hop into some more fun times, though. Let's hop into names of the week. And names of the week have been quite spicy this week. We have things like Waifu Chaser. We have Feathers Steppin' and Ferret Milk. We had Dolson's Meaty Legs. Who's on this one? Cuchella, Bussylicious, Sun Malco, Yes Clay. We have Wreck Your bad word that starts with an S I'm not going to say. The Snarky Bane. That's right. There was another Bane in one of my games. I Kind of Blow and Scuba Dave. Not Scuba Steve. Scuba Dave. Along with that, we also had Thick Boy Red, Arctic Piggy, and Cow Cow. Along with Iceheart Smite. So some other good names there. I saw this on Twitter. We had Love Tiberian, a word that starts with the C. I'll let you guess. And this is from Paladins, by the way. And Love Tiberius Ass. We're in a game together. So that's a time. We also had Bill Murray, Garley 8, Eternal Boredom, and That Ballin' Guy in a game. Who else do we have? We had some real gamer names this week. We had Patty Cake and Mac Stanky along with Outcast Hera. We had Hunk Hunter shared by Vio along with Yordle Lulu in Guild Wars 2. And Bright submitted Bone Daddy, Mommy Thickums, Jewish Baby Ducks, and Our Ally Good Name. So great names of the week this week. As we make our way out of the podcast, I will be releasing this tonight, but most likely you're probably not listening to it until Wednesday morning. Anyway, I greatly appreciate that. If you are listening to the episodes, please, please, please help us with getting visibility on our platforms by leaving us a review. 5-star reviews do help us out. If you are enjoying the podcast, please, like, comment, review, all that good stuff. But to go along with that, someone had to drop out of the quiz that is coming out tomorrow on the Simping for Senpai podcast, hosted by the man, the myth, the legend, Oni-chan Ash Basham. So make sure to go check out the newest episode that releases tomorrow. I was on there with several other guests doing an anime quiz I may or may not have been good at, but you could probably assume that I wasn't very good at it, considering there was multiple questions about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and I haven't watched it. But make sure to go check out Simping for Senpai podcast. It is releasing on 9-21, and they are looking for more exposure as well. And Ash's birthday's in October. He's trying to get 5-star reviews before his birthday to do something special. Make sure to go show them some love too. Huge friend of the podcast. Hoping to have him on here sometime soon. And on our way out of here, I just want to say thank you everybody for that listens. You are greatly appreciated. It means a lot to me to be able to do something like this, even no matter what our numbers are. I love doing this just because it's fun. So whenever anybody listens, it's a good time. Thanks for hanging out and listening. Thanks for hanging out in the streams. Thanks for being part of the community. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week, and I'll see ya on the flip side. Bye.